I am Maria Trisha Alukban, or you may call me Doc Trish, and I will be your professor for veterinary toxicology. For this episode, I will be sharing with you our course syllabus, which shall be our guideline for the next 18 weeks of this course. For week 1, we will be discussing the PVMGOs, the quality policy, our course outline, the grading system so that you would know how to pass this subject, and our classroom policies. For weeks 2 and 3, the module will include the introduction to veterinary toxicology. For this episode, you need to know the definition of toxicology and what is a poison and how significant the poison to veterinary toxicology. Okay. We will also be discussing the dose-response relationship of each toxin. Eventually, in the course of our discussion, I will be sharing with you common toxic plants or insecticides that are lethal to animals. For weeks 4, 5, 6, and 7, the lecture will involve toxicology insecticides. For this lecture, for this session, you will be required to identify common household disinfectants and common insecticides we have in the market, and you have to be able to be familiarized with the toxic effects of these drugs to our patients. The laboratory exercise will include toxic plants and the animals susceptible to each. For weeks 8, 9, 10, and 11, the module will cover herbicides, fungicides, rodenticides, and mollucides. And for the laboratory exercise, we will need to be familiarized with the effects of toxic drugs on susceptible animals. For example, you have a common over-the-counter drug such as paracetamol. You know very well that paracetamol is highly toxic in dogs. And for example, meron din tayong tinatawag na uncooked fish. Ano bang uncooked fish? It is high in thiaminase. Meaning, when you feed your animals with an uncooked fish, maaaring magkaroon siya ng thiamine deficiency. So, that will, in this veterinary toxicology course, we will be discussing those common food and common drugs that are available in the market, which are actually toxic in animals. Okay? For week 12 and 13, the lecture will include toxicology of metals and minerals naman, such as iron, for example, iron, and the effect of common over-the-counter drugs and illicit drugs among our animals. For the laboratory aspect, we will be identifying poisonous plants and the animals susceptible to it. And that's for week 1 to 13. After week 13, we will be having a midterm exam for the schedule of which we will need to wait for the announcement of our university. Now, we will discuss the second page of our syllabus. For week 14, the lecture will include industrial hazards and the natural toxins. When you say industrial hazards, these are common cleansers that are available in the market which are actually toxic in animals. You have to be familiar with them. For week 15, we will be discussing small animal poisoning. For example, ano ba yung common poison that are that are always available in every household, Filipino household. We have chocolates. Chocolates, because of the theobromine, are toxic in dogs. We will be discussing that for this course. Also, environmental toxicology. This would include identifying common plants that are found in Filipino households, which are actually toxic in animals, or especially dogs and cats. For week 16, this will include aquatic toxicology. The alcohols and glycols will also be discussed until week 17. And finally, week 18 will include an open forum within which questions and clarifications may be addressed directly to me. I would like to remind everyone that in between our lectures, we will be conducting online quizzes and online laboratory exercises. And by the end of this course, I am expecting that my students would be able to learn and describe the effect of herbicide, fungicide, rodenticides, and mollucides, and the animals susceptible to it. You also have to be able to learn and describe the effect of metals and mineral toxicity in animals, and the effect of common OTC drugs, or the otherwise known as the OTC drugs, or over-the-counter drugs in animals, and the common poisonous plants toxic to animals. You also have to be able to learn and describe the effect of environmental toxicology. I have also included in your syllabus the effect of aquatic toxicology, especially the effect of this pandemic. It made maraming tao yung nag-dwell into planting. So, kailangan natin ma-familiarize yung sarili natin kung ano yung mga common plants that are found in Filipino households, which are toxic in animals, and the alcohols and glycols. To facilitate your learning process, these are the resources that you have to have on hand. You have Pharmacology by Arens, the Merck Veterinary Manual, and Toxicology by Osweiler. I understand that not every one of you has a stable internet connection. This is the reason why I have created this channel for educational purposes, so that you can, at any time, at your convenience, you can save and download the videos and our lectures, and you can always go back to it, review, and I am requiring everyone to comment on each video that I shall be uploading by indicating your first name and your section. This shall serve as your attendance. Kindly like and subscribe to this channel so that you will know whenever I upload videos and lectures for veterinary toxicology. Again, this is Dr. Maria Tricia Alukban, and I will be your professor for this course, Veterinary Toxicology. Thank you.